All right, you're listening to Geek Vice, the podcast that has no idea what it's doing on a daily basis. And because we don't know what we're doing, we're hosted by Morph, the man who thought Tony Romo had a really bad Super Bowl. Take it away, Morph.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Geek Vice episode number 65, a podcast by two geeks just trying to be heard in a world now flooded with geeks. Like you heard, I'm Morph. That other voice you heard is Kip. He's a man boldly going from the couch to the kitchen and back again. Good evening, Kip.
Good evening, sir.
And for the record, I would like to point out I did not think Tony Romo had a bad Super Bowl. I thought it was great. He was amazing out there. You know, I can't believe he could throw 2 interceptions and still get MVP. Oh, wait a second. That's the guy with the deflated balls, not Tony
Yeah. With the dick that glows in the dark, according to the commercials.
Yep. Just ask Giselle. I'm pretty sure she thinks it glows in the dark, too.
Yeah. At least his checkbook does.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, I guess we'll just go ahead and jump right into this because we already know what both of us did for this last week, and that was just get ready for the Super Bowl and watch the Super Bowl. So, what did you think there, Mr. Kip? I know that you were a little disappointed by the result.
Yeah, it's a bummer. But, Seahawks can't win them all. But it was a good game. I was glad to see that New England didn't just blow them out because the way the game started and Russell Wilson couldn't hit the broadside of the barn. I thought, well, this is going to be a lot of fun for no one, but it ended up being a pretty good game. And, yeah, we had basically the game came down to the last 20 seconds, and everybody's going to be guessing this for 100 years on why they threw the ball instead of run it. But, hey, that's football.
Well, and, at least it came down to that because, last year when Seattle blew out Denver, I pretty much had turned the game off after the first quarter. I'm not even sure. I don't even remember watching the halftime show last year. And this year it's like halftime, the game's tied, and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm sticking around to the end. It was definitely a lot of fun. I really wish Seattle would have won that game because I can't stand Tom Brady and I can't stand Bill Belichick. So, but it's kind of nice to hear that some undrafted free agent is actually the winner of the Super Bowl and not not anyone else on the team.
Yeah, Pete Carroll rolled the dice at the end, and it didn't pay off. But he rolled the dice just before halftime, and it did pay off. So he's 1 for 2. Not too bad. Unfortunately, the one that stands out would be the one that lost, was the game clincher for New England.
Yeah.
And you said, that Malcolm Butler, nobody's ever heard of him.
No.
And he's like, I bet he got laid by about 60 women last night because that was an amazing play.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's 23 years old. 22, 23, probably something like that. I mean, being an undrafted free agent, he was probably a senior last year in college. Yeah, yeah, I mean, that's how awesome would that be? Now he's going to be known everywhere in New England as the guy who won the Super Bowl for him. I just wish I wish the NFL could get it right one time and not give the Super Bowl MVP to the guy who almost cost New England the game and not won New England the game. Because if you throw 2 interceptions in the game, you pretty much played like shit. And that's what Tom Brady did, and he gets the MVP. I think that's bullshit. They should have given it to anyone other than him.
Yeah, I agree. And when I was watching the trophy presentation and all that, and they said, hey, here's your keys to your brand new pickup. I'm sure he was standing there going, I'm not parking that anywhere near my Mercedes and my Bentley. I'm going to give that to my gardener. Yeah.
He's going to go give it to Malcolm Butler for making that catch and actually allowing him to win that thing.
Well, that'd be the right thing to do. Perhaps, I couldn't disagree with him giving that away to him.
Yeah. But, there were some good things that come out of the Super Bowl, like all the movie trailers that came out. there was a lot more trailers in this Super Bowl than I remember in Super Bowls in the past.
It's because you were sober this time.
That very well, yeah. I was probably more sober for this one than the Super Bowls in the past. But you had movies like Jurassic World, which I think this was. I don't think this was the first time the trailer had been out there. I know it had been off the internet, but I think it might have been one of the first ones on TV. But what do you think about Jurassic World? Did you see that trailer?
I did see that trailer, and I saw the first trailer that was on the internet, and I can't wait to see this. It's going to be nice to see Chris Pratt in a serious role, so that's going to be kind of fun. Plus, I'm glad it's just not a retread of the first Jurassic Park. I'm very glad to see it's a different storyline, and it looks like it's going to be a great movie.
Yeah, I'm willing to give it a shot. I kind of want to see how far how much it's different from the original one, because that's what I was afraid of when I saw the first trailer, was that this was just going to be a remake. And I saw the first one. I saw the first one in the theater, and I thought it was really good. But I don't know that I want to watch it again. However many years later. So, but this one does kind of make it look a little bit better. I'll say this trailer was definitely piqued my interest a little bit more. How about Tomorrowland?
I hadn't even heard a thing about Tomorrowland until I saw the trailer yesterday, and the whole time I'm like, what the fuck is this? I want to see this. And so the trailer did its job, and now I want to see the movie. I still don't know anything about it other than what I saw in the trailer. But
yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it either, other than it is a Disney movie. But yeah, I gotta say, the first trailer that I saw for this one was, okay. I more was banking on just the fact that it's a completely different story than what I've heard before, and I kind of wanted to see it. But then after seeing this trailer, I'm like, yeah, that actually looks really good. Now, the one trailer that I think I pretty much just laughed out loud when it came on, and a lot of the people that I was watching the Super Bowl with did the same, and that is Terminator Genisys. I think that's supposed to say Genesis. They don't know how to spell.
Why did you laugh out loud?
Because it's got Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. I mean, the guy is, 70 years old? His character was supposed to have died in, I think, the second movie, and now all of a sudden he's back in this one. I just laughed because I don't know that anyone is really going to take this thing seriously. And maybe it's not supposed to be. Maybe it is supposed to, make fun of itself, and that's what they're banking on. But the other Terminator movies were not really weren't written that way, so I don't know that this one's supposed to be this way.
It's hard to say. By the way, Trevor completely agrees with what you just said. So you're not the only one on the Terminator thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, the first one, I was old enough to go to the theater and see the first one when it came out, and it was so different than anything else that we'd seen up to that point. It was like, it had an indelible impression on me. Yeah. And now, some of the ones that they've released since, not great movies.
Yeah.
And so the last one with Christian Bale and Sam Worthington, I thought was pretty decent. I did like that, even though the star of the show was not the guy who stole the show. The guy who stole the show was Sam Worthington, and he wasn't supposed to be the star, so that kind of tells you where that was at. But
yeah.
So I'm curious about this one. I will go see it in the theater. I don't care what critics are going to say. Trevor says the Governator needs to not be back.
Yeah,
So he's got a point there. But
there is
I
that.
like Amelia Clark. I mean, she's
Oh yeah.
from Game of Thrones. I think she's pretty great actor. So and J.K. Simmons, gotta like J.K. Simmons. So
Yeah. I,
hopefully they can override any Arnold Schwarzenegger.
well, and I don't know, maybe even part of it is just the fact that I am, I don't know, I'm not the audience they're going to be shooting for with this one. They're going to be shooting for the teenagers, like when the first movie came out. They're shooting for that demographic again because those people haven't seen a good Terminator movie, and so maybe this one will be. Maybe this one will be just as impressionable on those kids as it was, when you and I saw this movie. So maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe that's what they want, and maybe that will work.
I don't know, but
I,
I figured you'd want to see it because Matt Smith is in it.
it does, yeah, it does have Matt Smith in it, and I am a Doctor Who fan, so
Yeah, so there you go. So you're hooked. You don't even know it yet. You're already
yeah.
hooked.
How about Furious 7? You want to see Paul Walker dead?
Well, I don't want to see him dead, but I do want to see him in the movie. I
guess
do want to see that.
see how they I don't really want to see this movie for the movie itself. I just want to know how they, you know, how does the movie feel at the point when Paul Walker's brother has to come in and stunt cast for him? How are they going to work that in, and does his brother look enough like him that you can't even tell? I don't know.
That's a good question. All I know is because it has Jason Statham, we have to
Yeah.
go see it because the wife will not let this pass without us seeing it in the theater. So there you go. So I'll be there. So if it makes $15 in the theater, you'll know who paid the $15. It'll be me.
Well, and I've watched almost all of Jason Statham's movies. I think I'm only a couple short of because I like him. I like the way he's he's typecast. That's for sure. It's not like he's, especially in the movies that he's done recently. He can do some other stuff. I think he kind of showed that in, the Italian Job, and I think he kind of showed that in the Bank Job. Well, and Snatch, some of his older stuff. But yeah, this movie, he's gonna pretty much play the same kind of character he has in all the others, and I'm okay with that because I think it's kind of fun watching him do that.
Absolutely. I just think he's a good action star.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to not a ton of range, but who cares? Shit's gonna blow up.
Yeah, exactly. We got the Minions.
I must have been taking a bathroom break when that happened. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't really get a whole lot out of that trailer. The kids that were up in the living room when that came on, none of them really jumped for joy when they saw that either. So
That surprises me.
yeah, I don't know if they were just too distracted by everything else going on or what, but well, they weren't real interested in it. So that's probably a movie that I'll end up passing on until it comes out on DVD and then watch it that way.
Don't you pass on every movie till it comes out on DVD?
Good point. That's true. Touche, sir.
Yeah, I do what I can.
I'm gonna try this year to get out to a few more movies. We've actually got a couple of movie passes that we've gotten for Christmas, and we actually have some babysitters that we can use to watch the kids. So we're gonna try to get out and see a few more movies in the theater this year.
That'd be a good plan.
We'll see if that actually comes to fruition or not. How about the Divergent series, the sequel, Insurgent?
Insurgent. It looks decent. I liked the Divergent, so I'll go see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, and I'm not even sure I saw that trailer. So
I've seen the trailer. I didn't see it last night. I must have been I must have been preoccupied with something else.
Oh, it says here that it aired in the pregame show, so
There you go.
I didn't
Yeah,
turn the
because
pregame show on until 5 o'clock.
because I would be watching football the entire evening, we watched recorded episodes of wrestling to pacify the wife until the game came on. So any pregame, I missed it.
Pretty much out. How about tell me you at least saw the trailer for Seventh Son, though?
Love that. I cannot wait to see that movie.
Yeah, I saw that trailer and I'm like, man, I kind of want to go see this now. I wasn't, sure if I wanted to see it before, but seeing Jeff Bridges in the trailer, I'm like, I just need to go see this thing. That looks awesome.
It does look awesome, and we've already got it planned out. We're going to see Seventh Son. Oh, there's another one coming out next weekend. Holy shit, my mind went totally blank. Oh, Jupiter Ascending. We're going to see Jupiter Ascending and Seventh Son double feature next weekend.
Nice. That's good. How about Kingsman Secret Service?
Heck yeah. Gotta see that.
Yeah, that one looks good. I really want to see that one. I don't think I'm going to make that one out to the theater because I know that one comes out here really soon if it's not already out.
February 13th, I believe.
February 13th. So that's coming up here pretty soon. And I don't know, maybe I might be able to go see that. Maybe Valentine's Day weekend. Maybe I'll try to shove that one in for Valentine's Day.
Well, are you sure you're going to be able to? Is she going to make you go see 50 Shades of Grey?
No, I already told her I'm not seeing 50 Shades of Grey. And I actually got her yesterday to say she's not sure she wants to see that in the theater. So
oh, would you get her drunk? What the hell?
I think it's more not sure she wants to watch that with a whole bunch of other people she doesn't know.
Oh, she's going to need some special quiet time to watch that movie?
I think that's probably going to be the case. Watch, this is going to be the one episode of our show that she actually listens to, so I'm going to get beat up for that one. So.
All right. Well, tell her it's all my fault.
Yeah. We got Age of Ultron trailer. That one pretty much was the same as what we've seen already before.
Yeah. So, Russ, if you're listening, sorry. A friend of mine who listens does not want to know anything about the Age of Ultron.
Well, we won't even talk much about it. We'll just skip right over it because it's pretty much the same as what it was before. So if you've seen the other trailers, you're going to see that one and you're going to go, oh, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of movies here coming up that I have no interest in seeing at all. That's the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water. I have no interest in seeing that.
Yeah, but is it sponge-worthy? There's my Seinfeld reference for the night.
Yeah.
Trevor came up with a good idea. We should go watch 50 Shades of Grey and podcast about it.
No. No thanks. Sorry, Trevor.
Come
Not happening.
I think Trevor's going to want some special time with you and see the movie.
I think Trevor is some special time. How about Hot Tub Time Machine 2? Not interested in seeing that one either.
Hell no.
Nope.
I'm not even going to write it into my notes. I don't want to see it.
Yeah. How about Pitch Perfect 2?
No.
I actually want to see this one. It's one of my guilty pleasures was the first one, and I think Rebel Wilson is hilarious. I even enjoyed her TV show to an extent that she had for a while, even though the comedy, I'm sure it requires a special person to actually watch and get her humor. She's got a very dry sense of humor, but I think it's hilarious. So, especially when
what was her TV show?
She had what was that called? Girls' Day Out, I believe. I think that's what it was, or Girls' Night Out or something.
Super Fun Night?
TV. That's what it was. Super Fun Night. It only lasted a part of a season. Like, I don't even think they were able to take it the full series or the full season.
Well, what's awesome is that one of the episodes was called "Let's Be Honest,"
Yeah.
so that's kind of cool just in itself.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, her sense of humor is just a very point blank, upfront. If you don't find it funny, you're not gonna find anything that she does funny. But me, that's the kind of humor I enjoy. So I like it, and I like the first Pitch Perfect. So I think that might actually be one of the movies this year that my wife and I go see in the theater. So
You won't go see 50 Shades of Grey, but you will be more than willing to see Pitch Perfect 2. All right.
Absolutely.
So now we know where you stand.
Yes. The last two on this list are Ted 2, which I didn't see the first Ted, so
I haven't either.
I've heard it's really funny, but I don't know. Just never bothered watching it. And the other one is 50 Shades of Grey, which I think we've already talked enough about. Oh, except for the one quote in the trailer that I actually thought was hilarious, and that was when the girl looks at the guy and goes, he says, "It's just behind this door, my playroom," and she's like, "What, your Xbox and stuff?"
Yeah, I caught that too.
I found that one really funny.
Well, what's sad about it is if it was you or I, the answer would have been, yeah, my Xbox. What the hell else do you think it'd be?
Exactly. But yeah, that was the trailer was actually really well done. I didn't even realize it was a 50 Shades of Grey trailer until it got to the point where it said 50 Shades of Grey at the end. I thought it was actually a really well done trailer. Does not mean I'm going to go see the movie. So.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Nobody's gonna, I don't think anybody listens to this hoping, to get real, honest movie reviews, because you and I just don't know what the hell we're talking about. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, tell Trevor to shove it up his ass.
Yeah. Plus, I'm easily entertained, so I could watch damn near anything except for Pitch Perfect 2.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. So, of course, the real reason people watch the Super Bowl is for the commercials. And do you have a favorite commercial that came out of this?
I like the one with the Brady Bunch and the guy from Machete. I thought that was pretty damn funny.
That one was my tops too.
And then Steve Buscemi being Jan at the end, that was just brilliant.
That was good. Oh man, yeah, that was.
I don't even know what they were shilling. It doesn't matter.
It was Snickers. That was a Snickers commercial.
Oh, that's right. You're not yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was just good. Which I really like the Snickers commercials anyway. I think those are really funny. Then there was. I also kind of liked the Brett Favre commercial.
Carve with Favre.
Carve with Favre. But then they had Terrell Owens as a baker of humble pies.
Yeah, that was
Emmitt
brilliant.
Smith was a club owner. Franco Harris, a wedding planner. Yeah, I was like, this is freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that. That was actually really pretty good. And then there was one. What was it? I'm trying to think. It was I think it was a Kia commercial that was like a whole big yeah, it was the one with the race car driver, and he has a kid, and it's playing the Cats in the Cradle song the whole time, and like that commercial had to have cost them like trillions of dollars because it ran for like minutes.
I know, it seemed to go for like 25 minutes. I know it was only like a 30-second spot, but it tortured me enough to last about 25 minutes.
Yeah, man, that was long, and so I'm like, man, there was even one of the people we were watching the Super Bowl with even like made the comment like, man, this one must have cost them way more than all the others. You guys need to cut your commercials a little shorter. You could have sped that one up a lot quicker.
Yeah, I liked half of the BMW commercial with
was that
Brian
the one with
Gumbel and Katie Couric. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this? What's the internet?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I did
That
like
was
that
pretty
one.
good. That was good. I did like that.
I
Um,
did find it funny how many online video games, like mobile games, were advertised during the Super Bowl.
like Clash of Clans and what was that?
Yeah,
Some
and like
war one.
yeah, the War of Heroes, I
War
think.
of Heroes. People
And
are only going to play War of Heroes because they're hoping to see Kate Upton's boobs. That's the only. That's the only reason the commercials exist, and that's why people are going to buy the game.
I've almost downloaded that game just
See?
because I want to support Kate Upton's boobs.
Yeah. That should be like a whole website. Support Kate Upton's boobs.
Yeah, yeah.
Trevor, get on that. I know you're not doing anything right now anyway.
Yeah, and then I love the fact that it had Liam Neeson in the commercial for Clash of Clans, and he's acting like it's a whole basically recreating his Taken's monologue when his world or his clan gets raided, and he's like sitting there, it's like I will get my revenge.
Yeah.
It's like that was actually pretty funny. I enjoyed that. Nobody else I was watching the game with enjoyed it, but I I thought Super Bowls this year were actually, or the commercials this year for the Super Bowl were actually were pretty good.
They are pretty. There are some though that, like the one where the kid, I couldn't do all these things because I died by accident or something like that. It's like, holy shit, really? Nationwide, this is what you went with? That was
Yeah.
bad. But my favorite was, on Twitter and everything, people were making a meme out of it, and I couldn't. The first one I saw said I couldn't watch Katy Perry's halftime show because I died during a depressing Nationwide commercial. It's like, brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
there was another one on our Twitter feed that somebody had posted. Yeah, I couldn't finish the Super Bowl. I was too busy bolting down all my kids' furniture.
Exactly.
It's like, oh man, yeah, that was a little over the top, and I get what they were going for, but that also seemed to be the tone for a lot of the commercials this year.
It
There was
did.
a lot of, more somber commercials, and I don't know. I hope that they kind of get over that and get back to the stuff that makes you laugh, because that's the stuff that's going to strike home a little bit more, at least for me.
Yeah, I didn't really feel like being depressed.
Yeah, it was bad
The
enough
the
watching the
ending was
Seahawks
depressing enough for
choking.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. So on we go. That was the Super Bowl, and we got that going for us.
Yeah.
So other than the Super Bowl, what else did you have going on this week there, Kip?
Not a whole hell of a lot. I have an Xbox Live account, and it's the gold account. So ooh, but with that you get to download some, was it 2 free games a month?
Yeah.
And I had my Xbox on. It said last day to get Witcher 2 Assassins and Kings. I thought, all right, oh, it's free. I'll download that shit. So I downloaded it while we were watching the Almighty Johnsons, and then when the wife went to bed, it's like, I'll give this a try, see how it goes. So the one thing I did get out of Witcher 2 is confirmation that I suck at video gaming. Because the game starts off and it kind of gives you a little background story, and then it throws you into a tutorial where it teaches you how to play the game.
Yep.
And I was doing pretty good until it said, okay, when this symbol comes up, that's repost, and then you hit A, and that trial must have went on for at least 10 minutes because I could never get the symbol to pop up, and when it did, it caught me off guard. I didn't hit A, and I think the game just finally went, all right, you're not getting it. Let's just hold the symbol here forever and wait for you to hit A. So I finally got the combination right. And it's
was that in the combat, like when you got into the arena?
Yeah, it's in the arena. So it puts you in the
Yeah.
arena, teaches you combat. And for some reason, the repost symbol would not pop up when I expected it to. And
Yeah,
Oh man, it was pissing me the hell off. So I finally got the repost thing to work, and then it's like, all right, final trial. We're gonna throw people at you. You've got to use all your training, and depending on how many people you kill, that's how we're gonna determine what level to set the game for you at.
yep.
It's like, all right. So I'm thinking, it's gonna throw a bunch of people at me. I'm gonna kill like 10 or so, and and just be overrun like the zombie horde or something, and it'll tell me, you still suck. We're putting you on easy. So that's what I was thinking going in. What really happened was it throws the first guy out there. I kill him pretty fast. It's like, yep, this is how I expected it to go. And then it throws another guy and another guy, and I can't kill either one of them. Then throws a third guy in, and I'm not killing anybody. It throws a fourth guy in there and kills me. So I killed one guy. And then it went, all right, you went full retard here. We're going to set you at easy. And so it's like, wow, I can't even kill more than one guy in the fucking trial.
If
How am I going to do in the game?
If it makes you feel any better, I only killed 2, and I only killed one of them because I remembered how to set the little exploding symbol on the ground, and then ran away from them, and they walked over it and blew up. So I killed 2, so you didn't do much worse than me.
Well, it kept saying, okay, now go to your quick menu and select this symbol and allow you to do this. It's like, all right. And I'd hit the quick menu, and then I'd have to stare at the symbol that was up in the corner and then look down at the deal. It's like, okay, it's this one, hit A. And then when that wasn't there for the cheat, I have no idea what any of the symbols meant. So it's like, I'm not using these. I'm just going to hack and slash and button mash. And killed one guy. So I have that going for me.
I did the same thing. I got it on Steam when it was super cheap, and so I was playing it. I specifically bought a controller for my computer so that I could play that game with the controller instead of the keyboard and mouse, and it doesn't fucking matter. The game, I like the concept of the game. I really do. But man, do I suck at that game. And I understand that I suck at a lot of games, but that is the one, that hack and slash type game is what most of the stuff I play. The only difference is most of it I play at third person, but I think I've even got the camera zoomed out, so this one's in third person. So I don't even know what the hell I'm doing wrong. I don't know what it is about Witcher 2 that I am not wrapping my head around to get full understanding of. I just don't know what it is.
I don't know. I got done with the trial. It threw me into the story, and I played for a little while. I was disappointed in the one scene because your character's in bed with the chick, she's completely naked, and he gets out of bed, and you're like, well, this is not right.
Yes.
The king needs you. The king's gonna wait. I'm sorry. Got shit to do.
Did you see this over here? You need to just leave the tent, dude.
Yeah.
Out of the tent. Lock the flaps on your way out.
Exactly. Earmuffs. Earmuffs.
Yeah.
It's gonna get loud in here.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know, I keep thinking that I just need to keep playing it. I need to force myself to get a little farther through, because at some point the game has to open up into an open world type gameplay, because that's what this game preaches about. It also, from what I know of Witcher and the company who makes all these games, that it's very it's very much like a choose your own adventure. There's tons of different endings for this based off of what you accomplish and how you interact with different people. But I don't feel that impact yet, and I'm sure it's just because I'm too early in the game. I haven't gotten far enough in to feel it, but I'm having a hard time picking it back up. and forcing myself to get through it farther. So I
Yeah, I had
don't.
about an hour of playtime available to me, so I I almost got through the first part of the story. I like the choices. Like there's some dialogue and it gives you like three choices of how to answer. I like
Yeah,
that part of it. Um,
I find myself being a condescending asshole a little too much, though.
well, art imitating life. What can you say?
Yeah, this
But
is a
yeah,
perfect
I
opportunity for me to be the good guy for once.
can't do it. Just can't. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I sucked at the game in the arena,
Right.
but once the story got going, I pretty much whipped a lot of ass. Hopefully, when the bosses get harder, they just don't get frustrated and throw the controller out the window. But so far, so good. Full
Yeah.
frontal nudity caught me off guard. I didn't expect that. Didn't hate
Yeah.
it, just didn't expect it.
It's always nice to have a video game with full frontal nudity.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
But
there's a scene that's going to be coming up for you here in probably a couple hours of gameplay that I'm curious to see what happens when you get there and if you throw your controller at the screen because I almost did. I got so frustrated with it. So we'll see if you can handle it a little better. See if you're smarter than I
Well, there was the problem. I am
am.
not.
So
So,
what else do you got there, Mr. Golden?
well, we've been. I know I've talked about this TV show before, but we're watching season 2 of The Almighty Johnsons. It's a New Zealand TV show about four brothers who are actually Norse gods, and one of them is supposed to be Odin, but he can't go full on Odin until some things happen, and he's not even sure what these things are supposed to be. He thinks one of them is finding Frigg, the love of his life, kind of a thing. So far, no go there, and it's just a bunch of misadventures. It's a pretty funny show. Plus, it's not in America, so there's actually nudity and cursing. I'm a big fan of those two elements of a TV show, so I'm really liking it. It's even though they curse and everything else, and it's about gods, there is an innocence to the show that I like, especially the main character, the kid who's supposed to be Odin one day, and it's just a lot of fun. If you get a chance to catch the New Zealand, I don't know if there's an American version or not, but
They're
the ones that
supposed
show in New Zealand are not edited for American TV, so they will drop the F bomb, which, hey, I like the F bomb.
makes it feel like real life.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Well, we you brought up the fact that Matt Smith was going to be in the new Terminator movie.
I did.
But I'm more interested in another Doctor Who actor showing up as a villain in AKA Jessica Jones, the new movie or the new Netflix series from Marvel has announced that David Tennant is going to be play the villainous Kilgrave in the Jessica Jones TV show. For those of you that don't know, Kilgrave is also known as the Purple Man, and in the comics, it was because he was purple.
Well, that would be a good name for somebody who is purple then.
But what Kilgrave does is he basically manipulates people. He kind of has a little bit of a almost like a mind control or a puppet master type power to where he can control people, and that is actually one of the things he does in the comic books is he controls Jessica Jones, and then she ends up fighting the Avengers. He basically makes her his wife by controlling her mind. So I'm curious, since this TV show is going to be a Netflix thing, where the ratings are completely different or null and void altogether, because I'm pretty sure Orange is the New Black and House of Cards are not rated. I am curious to see what Marvel does with this, and do they kind of use this as a more adult intended TV show than their movies that they refuse to let be rated R.
I'm hoping so. I mean, they're trying to make a more gritty, more dark, and more real, I guess. So giving them the freedom to do that would be pretty awesome. I mean, it's not like Jessica Jones is played by Kate Upton or something. It's Kristen Ritter, who's awesome,
Yeah.
but nobody's ever going to be going, man, hope she gets naked. She's
Yeah. Well, and I mean, this, if they do put this out there, it could definitely rock the boat if what was in the comic books is put, I'm going to say verbatim, or at least as close to verbatim as you can, into this TV show, because I mean, it is going to be open to a much larger audience. You know, there's not a whole lot of people that read these comic books, and these comic books I think were early 2000s, maybe late 90s. So I mean, this is way before any of the movies really started up. So this, I mean, I don't know, the idea that the main character, especially a female, is a quote unquote sex slave to the main bad guy in the TV show, that could definitely cause some feminists to go a little nuts, I'm sure.
perhaps. I guess it depends on how she gets even in the end.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens with it. I'm stoked to see what these TV shows, what these Netflix series come out with. And I know Daredevil is supposed to be coming out soon-ish, like sometime this year. I think it's early this year. So I think it's like March or April.
March or April, isn't it? Yeah.
And you know, there was original rumors that the Jessica Jones series was going to be in 2015 as well, but Netflix has kind of been wishy-washy on saying that they want a year in between these Netflix original series. So we'll see who wins that battle, whether that's Netflix or Marvel. But either way, I'm stoked to have these things come out, and I need to get my Netflix account fixed and set back up. So.
Yeah, you do. You got till April 10th if you want to see some Daredevil.
That's right. So
on its opening day, anyway.
That's what I'm gonna have to do. But you know what? I think that will do for tonight.
Yeah, I think we've tortured everybody enough.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing about Daredevil, though.
Sure.
The redhead from True Blood is the Karen Page. So she's pretty awesome in True Blood, so she should be a lot of fun in that show too.
Awesome.
That's all I got.
Another reason to watch another Marvel series.
Like you needed another reason.
Marvel, you should sponsor this show, pay us money, because we talk about your shit enough as it is.
That's right. And once we have some influence, I'm going to start petitioning for more nudity.
Yes, exactly.
Not us in the movie.
Nobody wants to see our nudity. Except maybe Trevor. Yeah. He's weird like that. But, you know, while we're still on here, before we go to the closing credits, I want to mention and give a shout out to Christy, aka Angel Chris, the Queen of Awesomeness, on the Twitterverse. She is going to be joining us next week on Geek Vice to talk about comics and women in geek culture. Yes, believe it or not, we are actually going to have a female comic reader on the podcast. Nobody freak out. It is not, hell is not freezing over. They do exist. It is not a mythological beast.
Nope, I've met her in person, and she's real. She's a real person.
Looking forward to having her on.
She's funnier than both of us put together, so
yeah.
There you have it.
It shouldn't be too hard.
I know I didn't set the bar very high, but that's okay.
So make sure you guys check us out next week when we have Angel Chris on. You can follow her on Twitter at Angel Chris. She's got a blog too. We'll talk about that next week. But you can check out our blog at geekvice.blogspot.com. You can follow us on Google Plus and Facebook. Just search for Geek Vice. Like our page, one up our page, or plus one our page, whatever the hell Google's is.
Or, up our page, whatever you do.
Yeah, flip us off, whatever. Just let us know you're out there and you're enjoying this, because, we do this for us, but we kind of want someone else to enjoy this too. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow Kip on Twitter at Kip Killigan. You can follow me on Twitter at GeekVice. Anything else you got for us tonight, Kip?
Nope, I'm just ready for bed, I think, because I'm old.
It's that time. So thanks, everybody, for listening to our ramblings. You can send us an email at geekvice@gmail.com. Let us know what you think of the Super Bowl. You can let Kip know why the Patriots were supposed to win and Seattle sucks. So until next time.
And get to work, Trevor.
See you later.
Bye.